Good afternoon, folks. Good evening, good morning, wherever about you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of Quizzing Tutorials. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Kevin McCormack, as you can see here, and I am the CEO at quizzing.org, where you can find plenty of information, tutorials, and live classes on how to make money online for affiliate marketing, and some of the best tools and methods on how to do that. You can also reach that site in the link below here, and you're very welcome to join free as well and get all our recent articles when they come out. However, today we are going to be installing the All-In-One SEO plugin for your website, and I'm going to show you how to do that. In the last tutorial we focused on how to build your website, and we got your home page, your about me page, your affiliate disclosure and your privacy policy built. So by all intents and purposes your website's up and running and ready for you to start blogging. However, if you want to blog and get the best ranking with Google, Bing, Yahoo and such like, then you really need to get keyword tools, and I'm going to run a couple by you today, and the first of these is the All-In-One SEO, AIO SEO, and this is an absolutely brilliant keyword tool. This will help you structure your content as you write it, focusing on the keywords that you've chosen to focus on as you're building it, keywords that will get you ranked with Google. Why should you use keywords to get ranked? Well, back when I first started writing content back in 2005, 2006, it was a lot easier. Back then, if you wanted to get your content ranked with Google, you simply just need to think of something, a topic that nobody else had covered, and write about it. It was as simple as that, and as soon as your content was indexed, then there was every chance you'd come to the top of the Google search list when you type in any search related to that topic. Well, that was a long time ago. It was a good old 15 summers ago. And unfortunately it's not just that easy. So many people with websites out there creating content on the same topic, so if you want your content to be seen with Google, you need to make sure that you get the keywords right. You need to make sure that you write your content in such a way that Google's going to read that and index it and rank it so that you'll come to the top of the list. Unfortunately, it's hard to come to the very top of the Google list nowadays, because if you look at any Google list, you'll notice that at least the top 5 are paid sponsored ads. But if you take them out of the road, we'll call the first of the non-sponsored ads the top of the list. So in order to do that, we're going to install a tool called All-In-One SEO. So without further ado, let's go over to your WordPress dashboard, and we'll take it from there. So you go over to your WordPress dashboard here. This is the one we made before the workshop. And what you want to do is you want to go to plugins, If you watched the last tutorial when we set up this website, you'll see that I deliberately left aside the All-In-One SEO plugin here because I intended on making this separate tutorial for that. So what we're going to do is, this is already installed courtesy of the Wealth Affiliate program, so we're going to activate that. You get this free with the Wealth Affiliate program for those of you who didn't see the previous tutorial. I'll leave a link in that below this video here, because you can get one free website with this, which is what we're building on now, and that will supply you with sufficient tools to make yourself a successful affiliate marketing website. If you want to find out more about that, you can check out my previous video on building a free WordPress website. So in this video though, we're going to focus on installing your All-In-One SEO. Just take a wee bit of time to load up here. Be a bit of pain sometimes. And basically what your SEO is your search engine optimization. What Google basically does is Google wants to give the readers what they want, and it constantly updates its algorithms to make the user experience as best they can for the user. And the best way to go with that, I mean, some people try and trick Google to try and come up with these fancy methods of bringing their website to the top of the rankings, and it'll work for a little while, but then what happens is Google change their algorithms, and then all that hard work you've done there has to be all done again, unpicked, rebuilt. Whereas if you actually just focus on creating content people want to read, give people what they want, and you can't falter, because that's what Google want, and Google won't penalise you if you're creating good content. And this tool that we're going to install here is going to keep you right on doing that. This basically is the tool that tells you whether or not your content is good enough for Google, and this will help you as you're writing your content. So let's jump back over to that and we'll get it set up. So we'll click get started. You want to put what category best describes your website, so we're going to put a blog because it's a content blog. We'll go here. But you know, I mean, if you like on a web store, a news channel or whatever, you know, you can put that in. But being as this is an affiliate niche content site that we're building here, we'll go for the blog option. You want to do your homepage title, you put that in there, your tagline, you put in your meta description. Now this is how your website will show in the Google listings, basically. If you go to search anything in Google, you'll see a title, you'll see a link underneath it, and you'll see a short description. This is the short description. So it normally consists of about 160 characters. So I'm going to write a short one. The work shop is a sample. something like that. But you can customize this to suit your own website. Obviously, I'm just putting this in to show you how it works generally. And when we get that right, save that. You know what I mean? You can customize your site title and tagline and so on. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time dealing with that at the moment. We'll just get the main things up and running here. So additional site information. So you got person, organisation. So I think person here because it's a personal blog. So you can put in your admin. Your default social share image. Now, this is what you put in once you get your website up and established. You might want to create yourself an icon for your website, a favicon, and when you share anything to social media, what you upload in this box here is how your website will be portrayed in social media. However, we're just starting the website now, so you can come back to that at a later date. The same with these. You might already have a Facebook page for your business, in which case you can fill that in now. Same with Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, so on. But if you don't, you can always come back to these. You can come back and create accounts for any of these. As time goes on, you can always come back and add them. So we'll scroll down and we'll click continue, and it says which SEO features do you want to enable. So we've got the site maps, we've got optimized search appearance, we've got analytics, image SEO. Now you'll notice these ones are pro features, and these can be quite useful, but for what we're building today we don't need that. Everything that's available in the free starter version is perfect for what we need. So we'll save that and continue. And make sure everything's in order here. Unfortunately, I don't have the best internet connection at the moment, and it's a little bit slow at this time of the day. So I do apologise with the delay. So your search appearance, this is how it will look, showing you here how your website will look when it's described by Google, the Google results. This here is, if you are building a website and you want to keep it unpublished, you can stick it to under construction and save, and that'll come up. This site is under construction, and you can build it, but we don't want to do that. You want to go to a live site because we're up and running here. Include all post types, your multiple offers. You don't at the minute, but you might as well click yes because you may want to. Redirect attachment pages, yes, and click save and continue. smart recommendations. It's entirely up to you. This is whether you want it to send back feedback, get me in. I'm going to skip this step just now. This is if you want to upgrade to Premium, the Pro version. You can paste in your license key. Again, we're going to skip this step from now because we don't need to do that. You can join the community. This is entirely up to you if you want to do this. But for the time being, we're going to scroll on and get on with this tutorial here. So, finish the setup and go to the dashboard. As you can see here, you also get video tutorials within the All-In-One SEO as well, so it's pretty good that way. It does have quite a good support network. It's made by some top dudes who know their stuff, to say the least. So, we now have your All-In-One SEO established and installed. So let's go back to posts and we'll go to add a new post. And this is where you're going to be creating your content. Why are you taking so long? And there we go. And what you'll notice now, the difference between, you see this number here, you didn't see this previously before we installed this, because this is giving you your average, that your estimated ranking. Obviously there's nothing, there's no content so far, so it's sitting at 0. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Just wait for this to load up. Your All-In-One SEO settings. And this you will actually get at the bottom of every page, every post that you are writing. And this is what will keep you right for your SEO, your rankings and keywords, why not. Now you'll see here, this is your meta description, your post. Got a focus key phrase here. So let's focus the key phrase on the workshop. So we'll call it the workshop. Let's just call it workshop, for instance there. So you put that in there, and this is basically your key phrase that it'll focus around. You can see some of the targets you need to go for here. Focus your key phrase in the introduction. So what we'll do is we'll put in, this is the workshop. This is a scroll down again, you'll see that, and it's gone green now because you've covered that, and that'll put your score up a little bit here, going up to 88. Your overall score here is now going up to 83, sitting at 0. You want to refine that, and these red dots here are where you can improve. Don't worry about the URL because that won't change until you publish it, but or save it as a draft. You get your focus key phrase in your URL, content length. Well, of course, content's obviously well low at the moment because I've only wrote a couple of lines. Google wants really 500 to 750 minimum words to rank a website, but that'll come when you create your content. I mean, I generally like to go for 1,000 words. 750 very minimum, but 1,000 really. If you can find 1,000 words to write about an article, then it's probably not worth writing about. But you'll see there's also the breakdown. You can go into like your title, for instance, as your SEO title, and it's saying it's too short. This is here. This is the workshop. So let's go. This is the workshop, which is website. That takes it to 56 characters out of 60, so that should rectify that. You'll also see in here is subheadings, which haven't come up very well. So when you're creating headings in your thing, you want to make sure that keyword is included in them. So let's say welcome to the workshop. We'll put that. What is the workshop? We'll make these ones H3 headers. So you've got an H2 as your main, and then 3 H3s. And what that will do is that will focus the key phrase in the subheadings. It says use your, so it wants us to use more. Oops, that's because it's all one word. That's why. So because I've got this key phrase in my subheadings there, that's went green now. It's up to score again, which was 85 and it is now, well, it's still 85. You get the general picture that as you write, you know, you fill this in. Some of the other things, when points like your images, for instance, when you upload an image, you want to make sure that you have your key phrase in at least one of the alternative image text, alternative text on your image, your image descriptions. But this will give you a guide right through, and this will tell you how you're doing. It must be said, don't get confused. This here as a guide, this number here and this number here. These are guides, these are estimated what it thinks you're likely to rank it with Google. This is not a Google ranking, so don't think because you get like 100 there that means it should come to the top of Google, because this isn't Google that's saying this is an estimate, but it's not, it's pretty bang on, like, you know. So if follow it, and just basically do as it tells you when you're writing your content. It'll tell you. There's also things like your transition words. There's sometimes your sentences can be too long. Google likes to have sentences under 20 words or less, and if you have more than 25% of your sentences over 20 words, it starts affecting your ranking. Google didn't like that. It makes for a bad user experience, and it likes a lot of white space as well, so be sure to break up your paragraphs. Don't have big long, you know, encyclopedia style paragraphs, because it bores people quick and they like to disappear. They don't follow the page long if it just seems like they've been bombarded with text, you know, which is another good reason why you should include video and images in your on your website, because it breaks it up. People like images, it's good eye candy. So that, my friends, is how you install the All-In-One SEO, and that'll keep you right for your keywords. Now, to get the keywords in the first place, you need to decide on what keywords you're going to focus on. I use the workshop there because it's just a sample keyword for a sample post, but when you're writing about a particular subject or content or product review or whatever, you ought to find a keyword that ranks, and for that I suggest the keyword tool, the search tool that I use is called Yahoo, and I'll leave the link for that below as well. However, you get the free starter version of Yahoo included with the free starter version of Welfare Affiliate, so I'll put it all in the one link, and you can have a look at it. It's free to use. For the first 30 searches you get the first 30 keywords you can search, and if you like it you can upgrade. Like I said, if you're a member of the Welfare Affiliate program you get that included anyway, so it's well worth looking at, and that is, but I'll show you that in a future video, but for the time being this is how you write your content and keep focus to your keywords by using the All-In-One SEO tool, and that'll keep you right. It'll keep you right with Google, it'll keep you right with your readers, it'll keep you right with your SEO. So hope you like the video, folks, and if so, feel free to hit the like button below and subscribe. Also feel free to ask any questions in the comments section below. If there's anything you're unsure about, I'll be sure to get back to you as quick as I possibly can. Alternatively, you can find me on the Welfare Affiliate platform most of the time. You hit me up there on the private messenger or send me a message